Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not, thank you for coming back and spending some time with us. Today is the first video of 2020, and because of that, I want it to be emotional, kind of, but not really. I want it to be motivational and something that we can all relate to. And so the title of this video is "What Has Love Got to Do with It?" which I'm probably aging myself because that's an older song. I was not alive when it was first sung, I'm pretty sure, but I know of it, which means I'm aging myself. But hopefully it won't be too sweet that you get a toothache because of it, because of its sweetness. I really wanted to discuss what is our motivation for doing the things that we do for our kids. And for the most part, and I hope this goes without saying, that anything that we do for the benefit of our kids, and we would do anything and everything to do that. Obviously not things that are actually harmful. I know that some parents are so desperate that they're willing to do and try anything. For me, what I'm specifically talking about is things like the day-to-day grind. You know, right now I am on the precipice of doing something new with Darian, and I will tell you about it in a little bit, but I know it's going to be a slog. I do not expect it to go super easy and super just straightforward and simple. And so last week I had talked about my word or phrase for 2020, which was need or want everything, need nothing. My word for 2020 is love. And that's really why I am making sure that my whole schedule is wiped clean. We kind of took a break there because of the funk. If you've watched our previous videos, or my previous videos, I should say, you'll know that we've been having this kind of funk since late October. And then into December, I got so busy with doing do-it-yourself projects and the list of 101 things I need to do to get to Christmas, or get ready for Christmas, excuse me. I really, you know, kind of had to take a back seat on some of the other things like Sunrise program, schoolwork and stuff, and I really felt like both of us needed that break to just absolutely have the chance to move forward and do just a lot more significant work than just slogging through and hoping that things were going to change. So he's had his break, I've had my break, and now it's about how I am going to love him into accepting less screen time. So that is the big thing that I am pushing for this year, is starting to limit the amount of time he has on the screen. Now, I don't know if I'm going to start like the first week the kids are back, which is starting Monday. So you're watching this video on Sunday, it's like the next day. I still have to get his hair cut because he's starting to look unkept. And then I do have one tea that I need to accomplish that's really important with a lovely lady. So I have a couple of things and then a couple of prep stuff that I had showed previous when I did the Resetting Sunrise program, which I'll try and link some of those videos down below in case you missed them. But I really want to get some things settled and done so that I'm really ready to push on the whole less screen time. And that's really been an important thing for me because I've never really had the ability to push, but my husband is really seeing that it's the next step, really. And so with his support and his technical ability because I have zero. We're putting timers on things, we're making certain screens disappear. And stuff like that, so that literally if my slate is wiped clean and he's having a frustrating time because his Xbox said time done, then I can really be the one that helps him refocus his energy elsewhere. And the reason why I called it a slog was because I don't anticipate it going straightforward and simple. But that's where the love comes in. Why am I willing to put everything on my life on hold in order to do this? Because my love tells me that if he learns how to do this, it will be so wonderful for him. It'll be the next step for him to do more talking, to do more things that he's been starting to do, like playing with toys. He was playing with toys at bedtime, a way to keep himself awake because he didn't have a screen. But again, it's one of those things, one of those life skills that children have that he really doesn't. And so how wonderful is it going to be to say, even if we're not doing homeschool or sunrise program, but we're playing with toys and mommy is entertaining him, yes, but it's the next step for him to eventually go, mommy, I don't need you here, I'm going to go play with toys myself. But he's never going to do that step if I don't go, all right, no, mommy's stress is gone. Mommy to-do lists are gone. I am here entirely for you and for you alone for as long as you need. Now, as time goes on, I will update you on how is it going, because I know some of you have the same challenges with screen time. In the early days, I did not want to take it away from him because his isms are, or stims, are very much revolved around the Xbox and how he plays. And so it'll be really interesting to see what he's able to do if that isn't the available isming tool. The other thing is that getting your kids on board. So my husband and I have really planned it around when my kids get home so that he can still have his time in the morning and then when the kids come home, but that in between time is school, sunrise, and playtime. And like I said, the other reason for not doing it previous was because I did have other things that I needed to get done with eye therapy done. It really seemed like a good thing, a good time to do this sort of thing. And so if my slate is clean, I can make sure that he doesn't decide he just needs to go take a walk, which for us was a safety thing. And so if I wiped clean, my husband is going to be doing part of like dinner prep so that I'm, you know, just throwing it together in the Instapot or whatever. That's not the right term. Instant pot. They should have called it Instapot. Anyway, it really, for me, it was, I needed the support and the help of my husband in order to make it possible in order to do that. And this is what we've done. It's the right time for our family to really try and, you know, scale back on the screens. And we've managed to do it in such a way that I think it'll be safer and it'll be helpful, and Jamie has the time to really put her love into going, this is my son's time. My son needs me right now to make this happen so that he can progress further. So what does love got to do with it? It's got everything to do with it. If he is able to do this and transition, he will be he will have the ability to move forward and grow and develop. And my willingness to put everything that I've got on hold is the love that is motivating this, is motivating my forward momentum to help him through this transition. And I hate equating it to some sort of addiction, but I know we're inundated with those articles of our children are, you know, addicted, and we're addicted to the Facebook likes and stuff like that, which is why I really don't pay attention to how many subscribers I've got. I've always looked at this as if I'm encouraging or helping one, then it's worth my time doing. But I look at him and I go, you know, what would you do for somebody who's addicted, that's holding their lives back? It's not the same thing. Please don't misunderstand me, but I look at it and go, I'm kind of doing that for the same reasons. I love my son. I want to do anything and everything I can so that he can have the best life. And if I can do that by going, everything's on hold until we make this transition and he is happy playing with toys and doing other things, then bonus. We're still really happy with the movement that he's doing forward, but I really feel that this is really the next step. So I always seem to end this with, if you are in this position, but I really feel that, you know, as these things move, I really want to encourage those of you who are either where we were even a year ago, where we were starting eye therapy with our youngest and doing that every single day and driving to the city every week. That was not the time that we were going to be able to take away screens. And you know what, I've learned to be okay with that, because I go, well, what would have happened if we had done this, you know, 2-3 years ago? I can't change the past, and so there's no point in dwelling on it. But right now, after eye therapy is done, the new year has started, I really feel like we can actually meet these goals and stuff like that. So if you're not there yet, do not stress. Do not put pressure on yourself to make it happen, because sometimes making it happen just means that you burn out faster, and then all of the work that you put in at the beginning is kind of null and void. So, you know, right now for us, this is where it took my husband a while to realize it. My girls, you know, like they were busy, you know, really excited about, you know, video games and new shows and stuff like that. And it never seemed the right time to go, okay, shut down. It's not going to happen. We didn't have the energy to fight it, because that's the other thing. It is going to be a fight of some kind. And not in a negative, oh my goodness, but in a way that, you know, my expectation is not sunshine and roses. My expectation is that I'm going to have to exercise the Sunrise Principles in order to help him progress. And so if you're in the place that we are now, where you're like, okay, I need to make this happen, please know that I'm there. I've got all of those same feelings of, I'm like, hopefully it'll work, and hopefully things won't come up that cause me to have to backtrack, because I really don't want to. All of those things that we can't know in the future, but the main word that is in my head is that this particular thing of, I want him on the TV less, is love. I'm doing this for love, and he might fight me on it tooth and nail, but I'm doing it for love, and I'm focusing on him for love. And yeah, that's the word of the day, folks, is love. And I hope that this word also helps you if you're at a different goal. What goal are you trying to get them to achieve, your kiddos to achieve? Are you doing it for selfish reasons? Of course you're not. You're doing it for love. And so I think love can conquer mountains, and love can conquer temper tantrums and frustrations and all of the rest of it. And as much as we would love to get other stuff done, I am okay tunnel visioning love into my son. And yeah, I hope that this has been a motivation for you. I hope that this helps you as you move through 2020 and all of the challenges that you might face, but also really celebrate the love that you have that conquered those challenges. Have a wonderful week, guys, and we will see you next week.